And welcome. This is sort of on the whim. I'm just testing out my new net capabilities, but I figured I'd come on for a little bit, see what everybody's up to. I don't know if Alex is gonna stop by or not. He's working, so. But we do have a live show tonight, episode 4. We'll be going live tonight at 8 o'clock here and on Twitch, and will be replayed on the New Visions Radio Network. Joining us this evening will be uh, Ghost Guide Daniel, as he likes to be known. Will be joining us, and we will be talking about the historical side of paranormal haunted spots, haunted locations, all sorts of stuff. I'm sure we'll get a few ghostly tales out of them too, because thank you, Andy. Thank you. Yeah, so like I said, I just wanted to come on here and test how things are going. I had new internet installed earlier today, and I wanted to make sure everything was good to go for this evening's show. And I was watching a a thing on paranormal investigation on a local television network here from last year. Hey, Luke, how are you? From last year, and it's the type of shit that really irks me to see. And you know what? Let me see if I can find it here again. It's just I don't know, and I'll show it to you. And it's just a joke. Um, Let me pull it up here again. And it's discerning, because I mean, people watch this stuff, and they buy into it, and it's ridiculous because the shit that they spew is exactly that shit. It's not scientific. They claim that they are skeptical, and yet the evidence that they show is not being skeptical. And okay, let me just I'm just pulling it up here, and I'll play it for you guys in a sec, because it's a joke. Yes, I'm highly critical at crap like this, and you know what? You have to be. It drives me nuts. It's just okay. It's just downloading. I'll play it in a sec. There we go. Give me a sec here, folks. And I will have it uploaded for you guys to watch. And you tell me what you guys think. Because to me it's just a joke. And I will point out stuff here. Watching Live Vision over a decade ago. No, I'm not familiar with that show, but do tell more. So anyways, okay, here we go.
Paranormal investigator is someone who goes in to debunk or find out what's going on in someone's home. We set up and we find out where the hot spots are. So if they say, well, our kitchen is where we mainly see stuff, then we set up in the kitchen. But I usually go through and I find other spots that the homeowner doesn't know. We like to debunk
Like,
first
can they not
to
tell
find
that
out what
these
the
are
noises
like
are. You know, say
reflections?
they're hearing tinging in the basement. It could be pipes. It could be a furnace. Looking for evidence
That's
to
evidence.
prove to the
That's what
family
they're
that
calling
yes, there is something
evidence.
here, or no, there isn't.
How's that
Kim
evidence?
Hadfield is a lead investigator at Halton Paranormal. They look for evidence in a variety of ways. They try to capture sound from spirits on regular voice recorders.
You'll ask questions, and then you pause and you wait for an answer. And sometimes we'll hear it with our ears, but sometimes we won't. Spirits speak on a really high level. Sometimes they're powerful enough
how
that we
does she
can
know
hear them,
that?
but we'll go home and listen to our evidence and you'll hear it in the recorder.
Another way to collect evidence
An
is
orb
through
is
energy.
evidence.
We have K2 meters that measure electromagnetic field, which spirits are made out of. So it's just like energy like we're made out of. And if you're in a building where there's no phones or any hydro or anything and these things are going off, you know something's with you.
On some hunts, which can last for hours, it can be possible to capture something unexplained on camera.
You can see an apparition or you can see something in your peripheral vision dart by. It's mostly in your
Again,
peripheral vision you'll
orbs.
see it.
They're
It's like
claiming orbs
an
are
apparition
evidence.
is like made up of mist and you'll see it just for seconds.
Does talk about spirits, ghosts, and energy have you rolling your eyes? Well, Kim invites skepticism.
But we're skeptics too. We can't
If
go
they
in
were
thinking
skeptic,
everything paranormal.
then they would
So
not
we
be-
do like to
this is
debunk
not
things. We do
evidence.
like to figure out what that was that we just saw.
I am a scaredy cat. I don't like scary movies, and I said, oh, I only do this segment if we did it during the day. This is not really the best time for a hunt, though. Why is that?
Just because of the energy, it's better to catch things at night because the spirits use our energy from all of our equipment, the batteries, they drain them. And then for pictures too.
This
right?
explanation
Like if you're
is
taking pictures in a
nonsense.
completely dark room and all of a
You know,
sudden you'll see something
that
like
you
a
have
light
to
or something or
investigate
eyes
a
sometimes or an apparition.
because
We walk
Best
through
time
here.
for
Okay, so I'm going to
photos.
follow you, or what would I?
If
What is
anything,
that doing that for?
it is good to investigate at night because
you're in
you're
a haunted
able
building, of course it's
to
gonna go off.
control your
You just move
environment
around.
a little bit more. It's
Okay, but
not
what
as
could have
contaminated
just?
as
So what does that
during
mean? Like
the
I just
day
walk through something?
You
when
could have walked through
people-
something or something could have walked through you.
like during the day there are a lot more things that contaminate your investigation, a lot more noises, a lot more people, white noise, environmental noise, all sorts of things that wreak havoc during the day. So she's essentially saying that the best time to investigate is at night because that's the best time to get pictures. Like, come on. Honestly. You know?
Todd
And that-
Thomas is the founder of
and
Snipe,
this year,
Six
this-
Nations investigating paranormal encounters, and his
I
team
find this
works
very
closely with
humorous.
Kim.
One of the really cool tools that we use is the actual Kinect Xbox camera. What's happening is this camera actually tracks your human form. And this is how you could
So we're
play
gonna
the
use a
game
video
standing in
game
front of it.
to,
So it would, as Jay
I'm
would
not saying
move,
it's, but
it moves with you, right?
You're saying you could get that stick figure showing up when there's
Yes.
no one actually there.
What's happening with this camera is that if an anomaly comes through that we can't see, the camera sees it. And it'll put a stick figure in the
absolutely
anomaly.
user one.
This is my daughter standing here.
Completely.
Okay.
They're
So
they're
you
not
can
meant
see
to
her
find
body.
ghosts.
Okay.
They're meant
and
to
the stick figure
explain
takes on that form.
Yeah.
EMF
and now there's
spikes,
something beside it.
And there's
so
nothing
on
there.
and so
Nothing there.
on. That's
This
all
was the
they
same
are.
archway where it
Yeah.
made us out.
Yeah. Oh, look, it just went off again.
So could this spirit know that I'm skeptical and then it's
Oh
like,
yeah,
let's
they
get-
know. They feed off your fear too.
Why didn't you tell me? You didn't tell me any of this
knows
stuff.
that.
Well,
outside
because then
before
he
we
would
came
never
in.
come in here. Do you want to take it home with you?
Not really. I like to be blissfully ignorant.
It's always better to use.
Okay, is there something around here?
Maybe it's this. Just check
Take the
this. Put it
meters
against
right
there.
beside
Okay,
the
we
other
have
That's a
meter.
big, pretty strong.
They're not canceling each other out.
Nothing. I have to say, I'm a believer, and this was my first and last ghost hunt. Mike Arsenault, Global News.
And this is ridiculous. This is I'm not an outright debunker. I do believe things are going on. I mean, there are things that are unexplainable. Hey, Barry, how are you? And sorry about that, Barry. Basically, I'm just saying that the claims that they're making are hogwash. They're ridiculous. They're saying that they're skeptical, and yet the evidence that they're showing are orbs, and light reflections from flashes off of objects in the room that they're taking the picture in. So, I mean, honestly, these people are not skeptical at all. They do not try to explain the explainable. The environmental aspects play in factor about 99.9% of everything that is claimed to be paranormal. There is that 1% that is unexplainable, obviously. But these people, it's ridiculous how they will tell you and get the time of day to state that they have, proof of the paranormal, proof of the unknown, when it's ridiculous. It's the furthest thing from. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't discount everything. There are things that science can't explain, obviously, and that's the realm where they're trying to, at the moment, to explain these things. And that is the point when we say, okay, then it might be paranormal, you know? I don't know. Whatever. That's that's just me. I mean, when I watch this nonsense, especially on YouTube, I mean, there's plenty of it. And on the news, obviously this time of the year, as you can see, that was taken from October 31st last year. And it's not the first time I've sort of criticized that particular group, because there was another video that they had released on their YouTube channel that making, basically stating that there was, oh, look it, I've got an orb. Wait, there, see, I got a ghost in my room. Claims of demonic activity in somebody's basement and telling the owners that they have demonic infestations. Really? Come on. And that's really responsible. You go into somebody's house and you tell them they've got demonic activity in their house. What the fuck do you think they're going to think? Well, how do you think they're going to react? It's nonsense. It's downright nonsense. Oh, man. Anyways, I get worked up when I watch shit like that because it's ridiculous. Because I do investigate the paranormal. I research the paranormal, but I like to think I do it from a responsible sort of view, and perspective. And when I say I am skeptical, I am very skeptical. I look at every possible nook and cranny that comes with perhaps. No, they're not anomalies at all. No, no. I don't. Are you talking about the ones on the people, or ones that appear by themselves? I just don't. I'm very skeptical of that. It's just like a ghost box or anything like that. I'm very, very skeptical of that kind of stuff. There are so many factors that play into claiming that you're able to sort of I mean, I'm not saying they can't patch into a certain realm. Obviously they can. And I look at infrasound as being one of them. The ones that appear by themselves, yeah, no, I don't believe they're anomalies. I don't. I mean, anything. It depends. These things could be very sensitive in terms of being able to pick up something that we can't, like dust. Again, you got to remember, these things use infrared sensors, and infrared sensors, when they hit something solid like dust or anything like that, it will set that off like that. Hey, Rule, how are you? So I mean, I'm, very skeptical with a lot of that stuff. I mean, if there's something else playing out in terms of maybe something audio wise or visual in terms of um, like visual or, um, like if you're recording something. But I mean, I just, it's hard for me to believe you can call it evidence. In fact, I don't think we should be calling it evidence. I think we should be calling them findings because we simply don't know what we're dealing with. Obviously, that's why it's called the unknown, the paranormal. Yes, absolutely, Barry. Absolutely. You know, and I think we have to be responsible as persons or people, investigating this stuff. I mean, when you go into somebody's home and they're truly looking for help, you're going to go in there and you're going to go into the basement or whatever else, and you're going to, oh, yeah, there's some negative infestation in your basement. You have some demonic activity going on, and trust me, I've had to deal with that several times. And I mean, one story I've talked about a few times in the past, and that's the elderly couple who who they were looking for help, and they contacted a husband and wife team, and that husband and wife team came into their home. They had some strange um, activity happening that they wanted explained, and when the man and the woman team, they got down to their findings, they told the elderly couple they had uh, a demonic infestation in their home, and that it needed to be cleansed to get rid of them. So of course the elderly couple, well, okay, they don't know, they haven't got a clue, naive to this all. They said, yeah, do whatever you got to do to get rid of whatever's happening. And of course, $8,000 later, they did what they did and nothing changed. Now, do you think that husband and wife team gave them a receipt just in case they wanted to return the fucking product? No, because it was a load of shit that they were feeding these people just for an easy money rook. So, anyways, the elderly couple managed to take them to court and win their money back. They got their money back, and they contacted me, and I went in there to see what the problem was, and it was simple. It was really simple. It was they were living in a very old home, and some of the piping was very, very old, and in fact, it had been like actually scaling and cracking in one area. So when the pressure went on, it would make this really, really squeaky, knocking noise. It was really, really scary, really creepy if you didn't know what it was, and it creeped them out. I mean, they didn't know what was going on, but like it goes to show you that there's always somebody out there that will take advantage of that. And of course, the paranormal is like the Wild West. It's exploited to the nines, you know. So I mean, it's really hard for somebody who is responsible in how they research and how they investigate this to sort of get out there and help people when you have a lot of this. You have this blanket of bullshit out there, thanks to TV, mainly because of TV now, and the internet. So hey, what are you going to do? Unfortunately, except for critique it, criticize it, and if the people who are being criticized don't like it, then obviously they're in the wrong sort of area. They need to move on, because I'll tell you right now, you need to have a thick skin in the paranormal. If you don't have a thick skin, it ain't gonna work. But anyways, like I said, I just figured I'd pop in here to yeah, exactly, Kevin. uh, um, yeah. So yeah, okay. You know what? Believe me, there are a lot more present than you think, Barry. Oh man. But in terms of, well, I'm talking about Satanists, but demonic presence is, like I said, I've investigated hundreds of claims of something being demonic, and not once has it ever been demonic. Yeah, exactly. The blanket stuff. Um, so yeah, well, we are going live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here, which is I think, what is that, 1 o'clock UK time, London time, something like that. With our episode 4, Ghost Guide, Daniel is going to be on with us. He's going to share the more historical sort of aspects of reputed haunted locations. I'm sure we'll get a few stories out of him too, and so on and so on. He was on the show a few couple of years ago. Anyways, it's been a while since he's been on the show, so we figured we'd have him on again to sort of get updated as to what's going on, because hey, this time of the year you get the ghost walks, you get all sorts of stuff in high gear. This is their busy time of the year. And in fact, one of the ones that he does is the Hermitage Ghost Walk, which is very cool. If anybody knows anything about the Hermitage and Dundas Valley in the Hamilton area, very, very cool place. And we actually had a chance to investigate it years ago. I'm talking about, God, it'd have to be like close to 15 years ago now. Yeah, 15 years ago, roughly. So when we got the permission to go in there and investigate it, it interesting place. Since then, it's been renovated. I mean, of course, there's only the front facade left, but they renovated it to obviously update it and make it a little bit more sturdy, because it was falling apart, unfortunately. It laid in ruins. It's ruins of an old Scottish mansion that has quite the history to it. So, I mean, if you're in the area and you've never visited the Hermitage, you got to go out there. It's really, really cool. Even during the day, it's really neat to go check out. So yeah, I think that's about it. I just wanted to peek in here, say hi to everyone, let everyone know that we're going live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, um, we won't be going live next Sunday night either, because of our Thanksgiving here in Canada. So if phenomena has happened beyond our five senses, I don't know if I could call it evidence. Again, I don't like using the word evidence because I mean a lot of this stuff is, when it comes to the paranormal, is theory. But I mean, there's a lot of interesting stuff in that realm, Gary. Um, quite a lot in that realm. And I think particularly my favorite is infrasound. Yes, I find it seems to be um, the correct terminology, I think, because I don't want to give somebody the grand illusion that I have evidence of the paranormal when I don't know, when science may not know. I simply call them findings, and there's a lot of interesting findings. I mean, I do have a lot of interesting findings, things that are unexplained. Yeah, people will argue with me on that, and that's fine. I mean, you have your opinion, I have mine, but I mean, I like to think that the correct terminology for this kind of stuff, I think, are findings. You know, until we can actually prove that it's evidence, and that's at the rate that science is going, and the paranormal field is going. It's not going to happen anytime soon because the paranormal field's a joke right now. It really is, to be honest. It's saturated with crap. It really is. It's just too bad. But anyways, that is it. I join us tonight, man, because it should be a pretty interesting show with Ghost Guy Daniel. Will be with us to talk about his ghost walks, the history of some of the locations, and of course, some very interesting stories. If you guys have any, we'd love to hear them. So that goes live at 8 p.m. tonight here on our YouTube channel, and of course, Twitch as well. Um, yeah, should be fun. Until then, guys, don't forget like and subscribe. Get the notification for the show tonight. Pop in and stop in the chat. We'd love to hear from you guys. Okay, take care, everyone. It was good to see everybody. Kevin and Gary and Barry, Luke and Rule, all sorts, and user one. Andy, thank you for stopping by, and anyone else who I did not mention. Take care, everyone. It was good to see everyone.